Good morning, friends. To this live broadcast on the Billion Coin. I remain your friend, your colleague, a fellow TBCian, Basil Ude. Today, we are looking again at the series we are running, which is TBC Cash Flow, Acquiring the Necessary Skills. I have known this for a while now, and now I'm taking time to share some skills I acquired over the few years in my business life that I believe will benefit one or two persons. That's why I'm using this opportunity to share these skills with all of us. I welcome someone just join us now. You're welcome on board, my brother. We are going to enjoy this program because I believe the skills we'll learn from this broadcast will sharpen our experience in the Billion Coin community. We all know the Billion Coin community are a group of people, wonderful people that share the Billion Coin concept. We call ourselves TBCians. We know TBC is a cryptocurrency that's available and is around to help mankind eradicate poverty and bring abundance to all. So in this our series, we are looking at cash flow. Every TBCian today ought to have cash flow experience, and that is what's on top burner in the TBC community. The admin have been encouraging us to key into this cash flow agenda. And today, I'm looking at a particular segment of that skills, acquiring these necessary skills to enjoying and practice and enjoy this TBC cash flow program. And today's topic will be time management skill. How do I employ the concept of effective time management to enjoy this cash flow in the TBC community? It's very, very obvious that time is relevant in anything we do. And effective management of this time will put us on certain criteria. We can either fly or crawl, depending on how manage our time. In TBC, is not no exception. For you to really run TBC effectively and efficiently, to enjoy the available cash flow in the TBC, you have to embrace time as a useful skill, as a necessary skill to deliver and be productive and have results. So this morning, before I go further into this, I want to kind of review the areas we have covered in the past few series. We've been discussing skills necessary to enjoy this TBC cash flow. We began with commitment skills. We learned that commitment is number one key. You have to know how to communicate, my brother. And I would like to go to the previous video to have an experience of what to share. Then after commitment, the communication skills, we went to the next skill, which is being able to lead, leadership skills. For you to be a TBC cash flow center, I go to the center where cash flow is being experienced. My brother, my sister, you have to actually look at being a leader. We looked at leadership skills. Today, we are addressing time management skill. Before I go ahead, I want to just review the current happenings in TBC. You know, currently we are having cash centers at admin. We also have the cruise going on, and September is the last cruise contest. So you go to the blog, my brother, go to the blog, my friends, and you check what's happening live. So time management. Let's talk about time management. Time management is necessary. Effective time management is necessary. I will start by defining what we will learn in this episode. For you to do anything, you have to have goals. And to be an effective time manager, to be a resource person, you have to have goals. And these goals, when properly designed, when properly pre-planned, when properly executed, will make you have harmony between your time and your goals. So you have to use the word smart. Some jobs are done in a hard way, but some jobs are done better in a smart way. As a technician, for you to enjoy steady cash flow, you have to work smart. So we're not about smart goals, setting smart goals. To set a smart goal, I have an acronym for SMART. For your goal to be smart, the first S in SMART word, the word called SMART, SMART. So I'm going to start with the word S, the first word in SMART. It means to be specific and self. The goals, for you to be a smart goal, the goals must be specific. It will give you a set of values that is specific to you. Now, our general topic is TBC cash flow. So when you are setting these goals and you want to set it well, it must focus on the area of cash flow using TBC. So you have to be specific. The next one is M. It must be measurable. There must be a yardstick. There must be a criteria where you measure your goal with time. How long will it take to achieve this goal? These are things you need to know. That SM smart. After SM, there's A. A means achievable. These goals you are setting must be achievable. You must organize your goals in a way that you know is achievable and you are positive about it. You believe in those goals. You say to yourself, I do this. I can achieve this. You want to enjoy cash flow in TBC, you have to say, yes, I can achieve it. It's possible. It's important. You have to be positive about your goal. Then it must be realistic and rewarding. My friends, any goal that is a smart goal must be realistic. I know is rewarding. There is something you can say, oh, I got this. You will see the reward in your goal. You see the reward in what you do. That is for R in smart. Then T is time bound. It brings us to what we're talking about this morning, time management. Your goals must be time bound. And this is how we can be able to define smart. So first of all, we define our goal. We set a daily, weekly time limits. We specify the basic things we want to achieve for that day. What we want to achieve for the week, what we want to achieve for the month. These are time-bound goals. And when we have done this, we have just begun the process. So someone says, Ben Franklin in 1748 says, time is money. So this is a skill, this time management skill is actually money. You want to get money from TBC, you want friends, you have to recognize that time is money. So effective management of time means effective management of money. So it's important to know that. So we have to have goals, we have to have priorities, we have to have planning, we have to have things that have to do with time. And people have stress. Friends, stress is a result of bad time management. And I tell you, when you manage your time well, you have a smooth experience, not only in TBC, in everything you do. So stress come because of bad time management. Secondly, people waste time. You see, when you are working and a lot of things happen, you don't have a clear desk, so many phone calls, a lot of things happen, everything is clustered, then the time don't manage well. So the first thing to do is to have an organized work. You want to do TBC, friends, you have to allocate time for it. Last time seminar I had, I put a question across. Hey, friends, what time did you set aside to study the blog of TBC? Nobody looked at the blog for the past 3 days. It was very, very saddening. We have to set our time. So time, I will take 30 minutes or an hour to study the blog of admin. I set another 1 hour to do my own personal research on time management, on financial management, for IQ learning, there must be shared task. This task will take this task will take this. All this aggregate to give us goals. You have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? Remember the big picture. The big picture is cash flow. Being able to enjoy steady cash flow in TBC. If you're TBC and friends, you must enjoy the cash flow because people are enjoying this cash flow. So it has to be part of our goal to specify actions, activities, tasks that will lead us there, that will take us there. So, and that is posing a goal. So there is this thing they call the Pareto principle. Pareto is a man that gave us what we call 80-20% rule. And this 80-20% rule gives us the ability to do things in a very nice way. Now, this goal says that you can do things, you can do 80% results by doing 20% action, meaning that you can achieve more with less effort. That's working efficiently. You can achieve more with less effort. So the Pareto principle therefore applies that I don't have to work so hard. I don't want to spend so many hours. No, sir. When you plan your activities, your goals, your schedule of tasks for the day, and you bring in effective time management and remove all distractions, you can achieve 80% result doing 20% effort. That's the Pareto principle. So it has to do with time management. Then there's one of our mentors called Stephen Covey. He also talked about 4 quadrants. These quadrants are you can divide all acts, all tasks, all actions into 4 quadrants. The first one, which we call quadrant 1, is doing things that are urgent and necessary. They are urgent and they are necessary. Second one in the quadrant is things that are important, necessary, but not urgent. This first and second quadrant is where an effective time manager will concentrate on. This is where you now know in each day what things are so important, what things are so necessary. For instance, in the crisis now, it's a very important thing. It's very urgent. You address the crisis. So your time schedule should be flexible to pick out moment by moment what things are urgent, what things are very important. This is the quadrant of Stephen Covey. Then the third quadrant are things that are urgent but not important. There are some meetings that will tell you, you have to come here now. It's very urgent. You ask yourself, this meeting I'm going, does it relate to my goal for the day? Does it relate to my cash flow activities in TBC? Is it part of my engine for the day? If it's not necessary. No urgent, not necessary. We know there are some meetings that are time wasting. In fact, meetings generally are time wasters. So you don't go for meetings unless it's very, very, very critical. And when you go for such meetings, spend as much less time as possible. So meetings are never a good avenue of achieving your goals. That's one. The fourth quadrant is what is necessary, not urgent. Reading your email. Wait, the email you get in your inbox can never be a to-do list, can never be. But those emails, most of them are not even concerned with your immediate goals. So, friends, it's important to separate or categorize you are saying your activities and attacks in these 4 quadrants. What is very urgent and important, what's important but not urgent, what is not even important, and what is not important and urgent. These are the 4 quadrants. So this is also part of time management. Another important part in this skill is learning to say no. As a leader, I've learned that in this my TBC presentation, TBC talk, a lot of calls come to me. Please, can I see you there? I have somebody that I want you to meet. I have all these things. If I'm to answer to all of them, I will never meet my target. I will never meet my goal for that day. So I've learned how to graciously turn down those requests that are diverting me or distracting me from my agenda. Friends, what is important to someone else may not be important to you. So learn to schedule your goals, your plans according to those your goal you have made for yourself that you have considered valuable or most important. So learn to say no so that you can keep to your task for the day. That's time management. Friends, it may be difficult to do this, but when you practice it, we know from general habit principle that habit is formed within 21 to 30 days. So if you learn to align yourself to this principle I'm showing today, practice it for about 21 to 30 days, it becomes a habit. And that becomes a wonderful habit. You'll be able to flow with your skill, you flow with this time management skill, which is necessary for you to achieve your goal. And what's your goal? Your goal is to let go and let your skills, let your goal stand out. Now, do you know what? Let's say for in a day that is 24 hours, you get interaction of 5 to 6 minutes phone call, 5 to 6 minutes phone call. When you aggregate these phone calls, you must have spent about 6 to 3 hours of interruptions. So your productive time has been reduced by 3 hours. So telephone calls is equally a way your time can be distracted. Your goals can be distracted. So it's important to make your calls as brief as possible. So that's one way you can enhance your time management. So, and when you are on a phone call, you try to make it very, very short. And also keep journal. You keep journal of what has happened. Like if you know what happens, then you can answer, okay, so day, this is what I achieved. This is what I want to achieve. So when you make these journals, it over time, you have a planner. You have a kind of your own personal planner. When certain things like this can be done certain way. So in TBC, in TBC cash flow, time management is getting your time together, arranging your time, having your goals correlated, and letting go of procrastination. That's another problem. Putting off things you can do today for tomorrow. Whatever you can do today, stand up and do it. The first word is just do it. And allocate specific time to specific projects, specific time to specific tasks. If you are today, I have decided to go out there to go and distribute TBC, to share the TBC to people, to the community. If I want to do that for an hour, limit it to that 1 hour. After that distribution, you want to have a presentation in a certain place, give that presentation same thing. Because there's a rule by Parkinson, they call it the Parkinson law. The guy said that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. So if you're in a particular task and you relax, that task, time keep on giving you room. You think you have time. Maybe you're having a meeting and the meeting is sweet. People are enjoying it. They're asking questions. A meeting that's scheduled for 1 hour can last 3 hours. It will appear the time is expanding to accommodate that meeting. But that is not actually beneficial. It's not effective because I've spent more time than that particular task. So we have to do things according to the time allocated. So that's one way again we can use time management, doing things according to what's available. And again, there are some things that make people not to manage their time well. When you are resting, you're in a comfort zone and you may not want to get out. So, but time management, the task might not be appealing. There's some type of tasks that are ugly in nature. They don't seem interesting. There seems to be fear. There seems to be some unattraction, something of distraction there. So the best way is start those things that look difficult to do. Start it first. That's how I can effectively manage your time. Start the things that look hard first. Do the easier ones last. That's another area you can be effectively managing your time. So we try to do, another thing we need to do is, if a leader, like in TBC, when we do TBC activities, I delegate. Now this activation, maybe one want to activate his wallet, over time I've taught some people how to do it. So if I'm to do activation, I'm to train people, the new entrant of TBC, I have to train people how to do transactions. If I do all this, I am not managing my time effectively. So you delegate. There are some people in your team who can do activation on TBC wallet. Give to them to do. You have just got that time to yourself. We need to do personal improvement as a leader. So that time you delegated that task, you can use it for something else. So delegation is important. And when you delegate, you don't delegate and leave. You delegate and supervise. You must know what is actually happening. Again, we must also know that our time should be shared among social opportunities, work, our core activity, and relaxation. Time was given for all of them. We must be able to have time to relax. We must have time to do other things. You have to have time for your family. So the issue is, if one does not allocate this time to all these activities, one will not have time management. Because when one neglects a particular task, that task can consume time that should be allocated for more strategic things. So we must share our time evenly, appropriately. And when you do that, you'll be able to move in an effective manner. So friends, I have just summarized time management skills in this brief way. But the importance of this discussion this morning is that the way we allocate our schedule, our task every day is important in achieving this cash flow. And the task that is most important, or what I call our goals, must be sound enough, well defined. Our big picture goal in this particular series is how to enjoy cash flow, steady cash flow in the TBC community. Now, so when I'm making my goal, is it related to cash flow? What are those tasks I should get involved in that will make me enjoy cash flow? By way of practical, to enjoy cash flow in TBC, we must be ready to key into the disbursing phase, distribution phase of the TBC coin through the cookie rewards system that admin is giving us, where someone comes to TBC, he pays his wallet fee, and is given 25,000 cookies now. That is distribution. As we engage more people globally to have access to these free gifts, I am a vehicle that is distributing this TBC. That should be part of my core goals in each day. If I want to enjoy this cash flow, distribution of the TBC cookie rewards is one core item in that goal. 2, training of the new people in TBC. Let them know what TBC roadmap can be another task in that goal setting. Thirdly, we know TBC is growing the economy. Right now, there are people who are merchants who are accepting TBC for their goods and services. You also include in your goal, maybe in a daily or weekly way, who and who merchants will I go to? How can I negotiate my own personal deals where what I want to buy I can use TBC to buy those things. This is part of the goal settings. You can add it as one of your goals. So you see, I'm giving an example. You want to enjoy cash flow, you must bring in goals that relate to the cash flow. Finally, you want to enjoy cash flow. You need to attend the meetings. Send board meeting, 3 p.m. You don't have to set every Monday, I must be there. If you're an English speaking community, Then you also need to attend other meetings, watch other um, posts, the other brokers for other leaders. It should also be included in your goals. So for these goals, of course, as I said when I began, the blog post, reading the blog post each day will also part of your goal. So these are examples of goals you can set for yourself, that each day I must allocate time to go through this. If you don't say you don't have time. Like I asked me, I don't have time. Effective time management is to create the time. No one have time. You create the time. So create the time to go through this I've spoken. Going to the blog, attend the Senate meeting, go for distribution activities of TBC, being involved in TBC training and seminars and workshops. All these things aggregate to give you goals. And when you allocate time to it every day, then, friends, you achieve that cash flow. So time management skill is another skill required for you to enjoy cash flow. So as I'm signing off this time, I want to encourage us that go and begin to manage your time. Create time for TBC activities. Create time for TBC related things. Then you enjoy cash flow. Many people have told me that for the past 1 month, 1 year, 6 weeks, they've not looked at TBC blog at all. Then I can enjoy cash flow from TBC. You must find time for TBC, and TBC will find time to give you cash flow. Thank you. Till next time, next Tuesday, we'll continue on this skills series. See you and bye.